The Premier League's midweek fixtures on April 2nd concluded with a bang, headlined by the Merseyside Derby at Anfield on Wednesday night. Liverpool and Everton battled to a pulsating 2-2 draw, a result that keeps the title race wide open. Liverpool, entering as 200 favourites, struck first through Mohamed Salah's 10th-minute curler, assisted by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Everton hit back with Dominic Calvert-Lewin's towering header off a Dwight McNeil corner, leveling it at 1-1 by halftime. The second half saw Darwin Núñez restore Liverpool's lead with a venomous strike, only for Amadou Onana to snatch a point for Everton in the 87th minute after a Virgil van Dijk error. Jurgen Klopp fumed post-match. "We had them, but we switched off. Unacceptable." Sean Dyche, meanwhile, beamed. "That's the spirit we need every week." Elsewhere, Manchester City kept pace with a 3-1 win over Leicester City at the Etihad, aired on USA Network. Erling Haaland's brace, his 28th and 29th goals of the season, flanked a Phil Foden screamer, though Jamie Vardy's late consolation exposed City's defensive frailties. Pep Guardiola shrugged off concerns. "We scored, we won. That's enough for now." Newcastle United edged Brentford 2-1 at St. James Park, with Alexander Isak's double lifting them into fifth, bolstering their Champions League hopes after their Carabao Cup triumph. Brighton and Aston Villa shared a 1-1 draw, a result that keeps Villa in the top four hunt, while Southampton and Crystal Palace bored viewers with a 0-0 stalemate on Peacock. The standings remain tight. Liverpool lead with 68 points, City trail by 2, and Arsenal, idle midweek, sit third with 63. Newcastle's rise to fifth, 58 points pressures, Villa, 57, with the race for Europe intensifying. Betting odds shifted slightly, with City now at plus 120 to win the title per Bet365, Liverpool at 150, and Arsenal at plus 300. The midweek action, blending brilliance and blunders, sets up a blockbuster weekend ahead. With the Champions League quarterfinals kicking off next week, April 3rd saw clubs and fans gearing up for seismic clashes. Real Madrid's preparations for their April 8th showdown with Arsenal were rocked by a UEFA investigation into 4 players: Kylian Mbappé, Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, and Rodrigo, for alleged indecent conduct during their last 16 win over Atletico Madrid. Reports suggest Mbappé and Vinicius made provocative gestures toward the crowd, risking suspensions. Carlo Ancelotti downplayed it. "We're focused on Arsenal, not rumors." Arsenal, meanwhile, sweat over injuries to Gabriel and Jurrien Timber, with Mikel Arteta cryptic, "We'll see who's fit." Barcelona's April 9th clash with Borussia Dortmund promises fireworks, pitting Hansi Flick's unbeaten La Liga leaders, 20 games across all competitions, against Dortmund's counter-attacking machine. Lamine Yamal, fresh off a dazzling assist in Barca's weekend win, teased fans with a cryptic ex-post, "Ready for the big stage." Dortmund's Gregor Kobel, in top form, looms as a potential wall. Bayern Munich, facing Inter Milan, welcomed back Harry Kane to training after a minor knock, while Inter's Lautaro Martinez vowed to exploit Bayern's high line. The other tie pits Manchester City against PSG, a rematch of past epics, with Haaland and Mbappé set to duel. Tactical previews dominated punditry today. ESPN's Gab Marcotti called Bayern-Inter a coin toss, praising Bayern's draw but noting Inter's resilience. The Athletic highlighted Barcelona's possession game versus Dortmund's pace, predicting a tight first leg. With the semifinals looming, these April battles could define the season for Europe's elite, amplified by the stakes of the expanded 2025-26 format offering extra Champions League spots. Transfer talk exploded on April 3rd, with Juventus striker Dusan Vlahovic at the epicenter. The Serbian, reportedly set to leave Turin in the summer, has Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, and Newcastle circling. Juventus aim to extend PSG loanee Randal Kolo Muani's stay, potentially banking 50 million plus from Vlahovic's exit to fund a permanent deal in 2026. Arsenal view him as a physical number 9 to pair with Bukayo Saka, while Chelsea seek a consistent scorer to replace their misfiring forwards. United's interest ties to Rasmus Højlund's injury woes, and Newcastle want a marquee signing to cement their resurgence. Sky Sports Transfer Center pegged Arsenal as frontrunners, though Fabrizio Romano cautioned, "It's early, expect a bidding war." Elsewhere, Liverpool's Mohamed Salah remains a Saudi Pro League target, with The Telegraph reporting confidence in a summer move, though he'll await Liverpool's contract offer post-Club World Cup. Bayern's Thomas Muller, a two-time Champions League winner, is linked to MLS, with Nashville SC's Luke Sassano hinting at interest. "He's a winner we'd love." Arsenal also eye Wolves' Matthias Cunha, per Football Insider, while Manchester City and Barcelona track Leicester's 15-year-old winger Jeremy Monga. The Premier League's extended summer window, June 1st or 10 for City and Chelsea, then June 16th September warrant, adds urgency, with clubs plotting early moves for the Club World Cup era. These rumors, swirling amid season-defining weeks, signal a transformative summer ahead. Brazil's national team saga took center stage on April 3rd, with the CBF accelerating their search for Dorival Jr.'s successor. After a dismal run in World Cup qualifiers, lagging Argentina and Colombia, the Federation eyes Carlo Ancelotti, despite his Real Madrid ties, and Jorge Jesus, currently at Al Hilal. Fan polls on X lean toward Jesus, but Saudi reluctance to release him before the Club World Cup complicates matters. A CBF insider told Reuters, "We need a decision by May. Qualifiers wait for no one." Brazil's next test, a June qualifier, looms as a litmus test for their 2026 ambitions. In the U.S., MLS playoff preparations paused for an international break, but FIFA's proposal of a Club America LAFC playoff for a Club World Cup spot stirred debate. Sources told ESPN it's a contingency for Club Lyon's withdrawal, with the winner scrambling to join the June 14th kickoff. Africa saw transfer buzz too, with ESPN noting Vlahovic interest beyond Europe, though Premier League clubs lead. Technological ripples also emerged. MLS will adopt Sony's Hawkeye cameras for 2025, mirroring NFL innovations. These global threads, coaching crises, club showdowns, and tech, underscore soccer's sprawling narrative on April 3rd. The FA Cup quarterfinals kick off this weekend, and April 3rd buzzed with anticipation. Aston Villa face Nottingham Forest on Saturday, a clash of Champions League hopefuls. Unai Emery, juggling Villa's European run, rested Ollie Watkins midweek, signaling intent, while Forest ride momentum from their Manchester United upset. Brighton host Newcastle, pitting two attack-minded sides against each other. With Eddie Howe's Cup winners brimming with confidence, Manchester City, defending champions, travel to Bournemouth on Sunday, live on ESPN+, where Pep Guardiola faces a tricky Cherries side that nearly toppled them last round. The final tie, pending earlier results, could see Arsenal or Crystal Palace in action. Last weekend's fifth-round highlights lingered. City's 3-1 comeback over Plymouth Argyle, Villa's rout of Cardiff, and Arsenal's 2-1 squeaker past Fulham. Semi-automated offside tech, trialed since the fifth round, debuts fully this weekend, promising quicker calls. The Athletic's Stuart James noted 4 remaining clubs, Brighton, Bournemouth, Fulham, Forest, have never won the Cup, asking, is 2025 the year for a first-time winner? With Champions League spots also at stake, these ties blend prestige and pragmatism, making the weekend a must-watch. April 3rd. Spotlighted players who defined the day. Erling Haaland's midweek brace reaffirmed his dominance, pushing his season tally to 29 goals and silencing doubters after an ankle scare. Mohamed Salah's early strike in the Derby kept him atop the Premier League scoring charts, 18. Though his Saudi links persist, Kylian Mbappe, despite PSG's Cup heroics, faces scrutiny over his Champions League conduct, with UEFA's probe ongoing. Vinicius Jr.'s flair in Real Madrid's Spanish Cup semi-final win earned plaudits, yet he too risks a ban. Alexander Isak's double for Newcastle underlined his resurgence, with Liverpool reportedly eyeing him as a Salah successor. Lamine Yamal, Barcelona's 17-year-old prodigy, dazzled with his weekend assist, priming him for Dortmund, while Amadou Onana's late equalizer showcased Everton's grit. Stateside, Thomas Muller's MLS rumors grew, with the Bayern legend mulling a stateside swan song. Controversies shadowed brilliance. City's legal fight over 115 financial charges racked up $30.6 million in fees per The Sun, while VAR's miss of a James Tarkowski red card versus Liverpool sparked outrage. These stars and subplots, from goals to geopolitics, lit up April 3rd, driving soccer's relentless drama.